Alright, so here I have the Samsung connection kit that supports the SD card. Okay, now when I tried this out, I just feel that the connection here with the USB connector kit, okay, I'm sorry, it's here, okay, is very weak. Okay, I find that when I connect this guy in, this is quite flimsy. Okay, so I would recommend that you do not connect first, then you connect your device. Always connect your device first, then you plug this in. That will ensure that you minimize the movement from here to here, so that you will not spoil your 30-pin connector so easily. Okay, so but this is just my recommendation. Okay, alright, so let's have a look. I'm going to plug in the SD card. This is an SD card. I'm going to plug it in. Now be careful with this. Just push it in halfway and you are done. Okay, you do not need to push this all the way into it. It doesn't work that way. This is the full distance that you can push an SD card. Okay, so once you've done that, then you plug in your connector. Okay, and then wait. There it is. Once you connect your SD card, immediately it pops up your folders within your SD card. So it really gives you a very quick and easy way to actually transfer your files from the SD card to a Galaxy Tab and vice versa. Now if you need to remove it, click on the disk and then click here to select to remove your USB device safely. And once you've done that, then you can unplug it. Alright? Unplug it carefully. Okay? And the window will go back to, oh sorry, it's already back to my root folder already. Okay? Now next up will be the USB connection kit, the USB port kit. Alright? Now this guy allows you to plug in a thumb drive or a USB device like a keyboard or a mouse. But there's no stopping you from plugging in a USB replicator. Okay? So let me just do the general ones first. I'm going to plug in a thumb drive in here. Okay, there it is. Plug in a thumb drive. Like I said, always plug in your device first before you plug it into your Galaxy Tab. Okay, once plugged in, let me go back to home. It should recognize your USB thumb drive and it will pop up the Explorer, allowing you to access the folders within your thumb drive. Okay, so that's for the thumb drive. Now I'm going to plug in a mouse. Alright, here you go. I've just plugged in the mouse and I'm going to plug it in here now. Oops. Okay, there's my mouse. Let me just bring this over here. Now can you see that the cursor is now moving and I can click on any of the icon and it will bring up my application. So now next I'm going to test a USB keyboard. Alright, there it is. I'm just going to plug it into my connector, plug it in, and it will prompt you to tell you if you want to use your keyboard, change your input method to Samsung QWERTY. That is your stock keyboard. Okay, let me just activate my Tofu notes. There it is. Okay, add in a new note. There it is. And here goes. Can I just disable it? Not so bright. There it is. Okay, I hope you can see this. This is a test. I am using a USB keyboard now. Okay, some spelling errors. USB keyboard now. Alright, I can go back to my next part where I can key in the body, and there it is. I'm able to key in my characters inside my notes software with the use of a keyboard. So it also works with a USB keyboard. So if that's the case, you don't need to purchase a Bluetooth keyboard. You don't need to buy your keyboard dock. You only need to get a USB connector kit and plug in a USB keyboard. I'm sure everyone has a USB keyboard. Okay? Right, next I'm going to plug in a external hard disk. Now this device do not have a power source, so let's see whether it works. Okay, I'm going to plug this into my external hard disk. Okay, and I'm going to plug the USB connector kit. There it is. Okay, let's see what happens. Notice now there is an error. Okay, the error says high power USB device connected, but you cannot access it because there is no power attached to it. Fine. So I'm going to get another device that has a power to it, and let's see how it works. Right. Okay, I have a 500 gig external hard disk, which is 3.5 inch. That is the big one. Okay, and this is it's already connected to my connector kit. Alright, it is already powered. Okay, I'm going to plug this in here. Now let's see what happens. It's trying to read. There it is. It gives me an error, as you can see from here, an intermittent error to say blank USB storage. Blank USB storage. USB storage blank or has unsupported file system. That means to say the Galaxy Tab will not be able to support your external hard disk because it is formatted in a different manner. It will only support your thumb drive because your thumb drive, again, it is formatted in a different manner. Okay, if you need to know, it is actually on FAT32. So your thumb drive or your FAT32 devices will be able to be supported by the Galaxy Tab. But anything else, you have to be careful. You will not be able to support. Okay? Alright, let me unplug this out, and here I have my USB port replicator. As you can see, I plug in the power. Okay, just in case it prompts me to say I need a powered device. Okay, so there is my USB cable, and I plugged in to the USB connector kit. Okay, okay, I'm gonna plug this in now. Alright, whoops. Now there are no devices currently plugged in my USB replicator. As you can see, none. Okay, let me first plug in a mouse. Let's see how it works. Plug in the mouse. Okay, there it is. My mouse cursor. I hope you can see my mouse cursor. There it is. Okay, so it works. Let me plug in a keyboard now. Okay, I'm going to plug in my keyboard. There it is. Okay, let me put this one side first. And let me start up my notes program again. This was my original note. Okay, I can now key in additional characters, as you can see. Okay, so my keyboard works. Let's see my mouse. There, can you see my mouse? Over here. So the mouse and the keyboard also works together. So you can actually use a USB port replicator, plug this into a cover that allows you to stand up right, and make sure that the cover allows you to stand it this way. If not, you will have a problem connecting this. Okay, so effectively I can use my tab almost like a laptop. I can plug in my mouse, I can plug in a keyboard. Now let's plug in additional accessory. Alright, thumb drive. Let's see how. Yeah, I am plugging in the thumb drive already. Okay, USB thumb drive plugged in. Let's see what happens. There it is, USB device connected, and it pops up my device. Okay, so now I can access my folders, and can I still type in my notes? Okay, yes I can. So now I'm connected to 3 devices into my Galaxy Tab: my mouse, my keyboard, and my thumb drive. Let's do one more. I have another thumb drive here. Whoops, it's too heavy. I have another thumb drive here, and I'm going to connect a last device into my USB port replicator. Okay, let's see how it works. There it is. I plugged in 2 thumb drives now. What does it show me? It shows me that it is connected again. There it is. USB device connected, and the other USB device is also connected. So as you can see now here, I have USB folder here. Okay, my storages, my USB, so it will tell me that this is actually my USB device, and I have an SD-A and an SD-B. So I can actually put in 2 thumb drives into my Galaxy Tab. Ensure that your USB port replicator is powered. If I plug out the power, let's see what happens. The power is off. Let's see. It still works. Wow. Okay. I don't believe this. Let me just unplug the USB device, the 2 thumb drives. Okay, let me just do it one more time. Okay, I already plugged out my first USB thumb drive and my second USB thumb drive. Aha, let's have a look at this. Let's try it one more time, okay? I've got my USB connector plugged into my keyboard and plugged into my mouse. Plugged in the first thumb drive. It should pop up the Explorer, there it is. Okay, let me go back home and I'll plug in a second thumb drive. Let's try. My USB port replicator is without power. Okay. Hey, it works. So my initial testing was not accurate. I was saying in my review that it cannot support 2 USB thumb drives. I'm wrong. This is the first time I'm doing it in front of you guys. It works. SD-A and SD-B. So it does work. Okay? But the funny thing is, I can only remove 1 USB thumb drive. And if you notice, if I remove that USB thumb drive, both my USB thumb drives are already removed from the system. Let me unplug the first thumb drive. And let me unplug the second thumb drive, but when I unplug the second thumb drive, it gives me an error to say USB device was unexpectedly removed. Well, small matter, at least I know we can support 2 USB thumb drives in one Galaxy Tab. Now, it cannot support external hard disks, it can support 2 USB thumb drives, it can support your mouse, it can support your keyboard. So if you ask me in a nutshell, this guy, USB connector kit, is worth the investment. It will cost you Singapore $59. So it comes with the SD card connector kit and also the USB connector kit. So I think it's a good buy, it's a good investment, buy it. Alright?